Hello everyone, this is a KTaNE tutorial for the module Memory Poker. This module requires a bit of edge work, so let's get that right now. We have 2 and 2. Let's sig on the mic essay. Late with a DVI and a PS2 port, and a serial number of Whiskey Papa 8 Foxtrot Alpha 1. Alright, so this module will initially display, well, it will always display a 4x4 clear of cards, but initially some cards will be face up. And you need to note down where the face up cards are and what rank and suit they are. So here we have a Jack of Hearts at Alpha 1, Queen of Diamonds at Alpha 4, King of Diamonds at Charlie 3, and an Ace of Clubs at Delta 4. And the first part of solving this module is figuring out how to fill in this grid with the rest of the cards so that these rules are satisfied. Every card, well, there will be one of each of Jack, Queen, King of A and Ace of each suit, and no two cards will be exactly the same. So, for example, there aren't any more Jacks of Hearts anywhere in the grid, but there is a Jack of Clubs, a Jack of Diamonds, and a Jack of Spades. And, for example, we have a Queen of Diamonds here, King of Diamonds. So there's still a Jack of Diamonds and an Ace of Diamonds somewhere. There's 16 possible cards to make with these suits, and each appears exactly once, basically. And additionally, every row, column, and main diagonal, which is, well, this is one diagonal, and this is another diagonal. Each one of those will have exactly one card of each suit and rank, so they cannot repeat on those. Kind of like Sudoku, but the last rule is a bit different. Instead of boxes, you cannot repeat diagonals. So there's always going to be exactly one solution, and we have to figure out that solution. It's like a logic puzzle. So right away we can see that here on this diagonal we already have a Jack of Hearts, a King of Diamonds, and an Ace of Clubs. So the only thing that could possibly go here is a Queen of Spades. Now for this cell, there's a Jack, a Queen, and a King. So this has to be an Ace, but we don't know the suit yet, because, well, this is Hearts, this is Diamonds, it could be Clubs or Spades. So let's leave that in for now. Actually, no, it could not be Clubs, because there's an Ace of Clubs on the board already, so this has to be an Ace of Spades. Now we can fill out this column with a King of Clubs. We can fill out the suit of this as Jack. There's a Clubs, there's a Spades, and there's already a Jack of Hearts, so this has to be a Jack of Diamonds. Then this, because of the row rule, is an Ace of Hearts. Here we cannot have a Queen, an Ace, or a King, so this has to be a Jack. Cannot be a Jack of Hearts, cannot be a Jack of Diamonds, cannot be a Jack of Spades, so it has to be Jack of Clubs. Fill out this row with a Queen of Hearts. Fill out this column with a King of Spades. This has to be an Ace of... The only remaining Ace that we don't have is an Ace of Diamonds. And then the rest is pretty straightforward once we have this many filled in. Jack of Spades, Queen of Clubs. So once we've done that, we can press any card in the module to flip them back over, and different cards will show up. And now what we need to do is figure out which case on this page applies to us based on the edge work that we got. So we don't have exactly 3 batteries and 2 holders. The serial does not have an S or a G. There's no empty port plates. If there are at least 2 indicators, this is the case we got here. So we're going to modify these tables first, and we're going to use them later. Let's see. Take the first 2 indicators in alphabetical order, assign the first indicator to the rank table, and the second to the suit table. So because of what some of the modifications require, like rotating the tables, flipping them across the x-axis, I like to do this in Paint myself. So we need to assign, in this case, for the first indicator in alphabetical order, so MSA, to the rank table. So I'm just gonna write MSA here, and then the second to the suit table, SIG. For both of these indicators, if the indicator is lit, flip its respective table across the x-axis, otherwise rotate it 180 clockwise. So MSA is unlit, so we rotate the table 180. Well, it doesn't matter which way we rotate it, 180. A 180 rotation is 180 rotation. I need to open the calculator there. So MSA is unlit, so we rotate the table by 180. And the SIG indicator is lit, so we flip it across the x-axis like this. Now, once we have this set up... Oh, wait, one more thing. If any indicators and bumps share a letter, with each other, so they do. There's an SIG, or there's an S in both SIG and MSA. Any indicators and bumps share a letter. Use the suit table for the current card position and the rank table for the initial card position. This is important. Each of the tables will be will either correspond to the initial card position or the current card position. And so the suit table in this case corresponds to the current card position, so I'm gonna label it with a C, and then the rank table for the initial card, so I'm gonna label it with an I. So now these are gonna be the tables that we're gonna be using for the rest of the module now. And the way we do this is we take note of where the cards that are on the module are, that are face up. And we take the current card position and we mark those positions in this table. So the current positions are right here, these three. And now we look at what those cards are, and we look at our grid we filled out earlier, and we check where those cards are in this grid, and we mark those positions in the initial position table. So, for example, the Queen of Diamonds here was in the bottom left corner. The King of Diamonds was in Charlie 3. And the Ace of Diamonds was in Bravo 1. Now, we can see we have a Jack, an Ace, and a King of 3 different suits in our hand, and we need to add 2 cards to this hand so that it is the best hand it could possibly be. Well, let's see. We cannot make a royal flush anymore because they have to be all the same suit. We cannot make a 5 or a 4 of a kind because we already have 3 different ranks. We cannot make a full house for the same reason. We cannot make a flush for the same reason we cannot make a royal flush. We could actually make a straight, because, well, we have a Jack, an Ace, and a King, so we just need to add a Queen and a 10. That's what you would think. But, in fact, we cannot do that, because the way we add cards to the hand is by adding cards from this table by flipping over the cards in that position. So, for example, if I were to click this card right here in the top right corner, it would have a King of Spades to my hand. But notice there's no 10s in this table. So if we don't get a 10 from this table, then we cannot make a straight. We cannot have a hand with a 10 otherwise. We can make a 3 of a kind though by like adding 2 kings, for example. So we can have this and this will be our additional cards. And notice that we cannot actually add cards that are already face up. Well, cards in those positions. So that could be also a limiting factor. But these 2 we can both flip, and this will add 2 kings to our hand, and this will be the optimal hand we can play. So let's do that. And this is 3 stages, but we already have the tables set up, so this won't take that as long as the first one did. So now the current positions are right here, here, and here. And we have a Jack of Hearts, which is top left. We have a Queen of Hearts, which is Delta 3. And we have an Ace of Diamonds, which is right here. So now we have 3 different suits, but we have 2 kings and an ace. So we could potentially, maybe, go for a 4 of a kind of kings. Let's see. We can use this king, and we can use this king. Yeah. Both of these positions are currently unoccupied on the module, so we can flip those 2 cards. And last stage. The current positions are here, here, and here. 3 different suits again. King of Spades, that's top right corner. Ace of Spades, that's Alpha 3. And then Jack of Clubs, that's Bravo 3. Now we have two 10s and a king. That we cannot actually go for a 4 of a kind, because, well, we cannot add any more 10s for the reason I explained earlier. But we can add 2 kings and make a full house that way. So we can add this king. We cannot actually add this king because that card's already face up, notice. We could add this king though. So these 2 kings will make a full house now. That's the module solved. Let's go through another example. I'll actually write down the edge work this time until we actually need it for checking which case we have. So we have Jack of Hearts here, a Queen of Clubs here, a Queen of Spades here, and a King of Clubs here. Because of the diagonal, this has to be an Ace of Diamonds. This has to be a Jack of... It can't be clubs, can't be diamonds, can't be hearts, so it has to be spades. Yeah. This has to be an Ace of Hearts. This has to be a Queen of Diamonds. This has to be a King. No hearts, no diamonds, no clubs. Has to be a King of Spades. Ace of Clubs here. A King of Hearts. Jack of Diamonds. Queen of Hearts. Jack of Clubs. King of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. Let's clear this actually, and... Alright, so the bomb has exactly 3 batteries in 2 holders. That's kind of like the unicorn rule. These 2 rules are basically get harder as you go down the page. If the bomb's number contains an S or a G, no S, no G. Empty port plate. No. Oh wow, we got the same rule again with the indicators. Okay, so we only have 2 indicators and they're both lit. The indicator's lit, so we're gonna flip the respective table across the x-axis for both tables. So we're gonna flip this table across the x-axis, and we're gonna flip this table across the x-axis, and now do any of these... Oh, what happened here? I don't know. Do any of these indicators show a letter? No, they don't. So in this case, we will have the other way around, the initial and current table. So the rank table will be used for the current card position, and the other one will be used for the initial position. So let's go. We have current positions here, here, and here. So actually, I don't really need the suits, so because I already know I cannot go for a royal flush or a 5 of a kind. I'll just try to make a 4 of a kind immediately. This is why getting the rank table for the current position is somewhat easier, because you don't have to look up don't always have to look up where the cards are in this table. You can just go off the position of the module. So we have 2 kings. Let's see if we can find two more kings to add to this. And yes, we can indeed. Those 2 work. That makes a 4 of a kind. Now we have an ace, a king, and a jack. Now this means we have to look at the suits, because this could potentially... Wait, no, this can't be a setup for a royal flush, because we cannot add a 10 to this. So forget what I said. Okay, we can't have a 5, a 4, or a full house. 5 cards of any rank and the same suit. Well, yeah, we have to check the suits then. Okay, so Jack of Diamonds is right here. Ace of Diamonds is right here. Nope, that's already a different suit. Okay. Okay, so an ace, a 10, a jack. Well, again, we cannot add a 10 to this, so that's out of the window. We can, yeah, we can make a 3 of a kind. There's very... Actually, is it even possible that you cannot make a 3 of a kind at any point? I don't think it is, honestly. So yeah, 3 of a kind is basically your otherwise rule in this case, so let's just add the 2 aces, I guess. This ace and this ace works, yeah. Lastly, we have 10, a 10, and a jack. Again, we cannot add more 10s to this, but we can make a full house by adding 2 more jacks. This one and this one, for example. And that's memory poker. So, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you understand the module, and see you next time.